Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a craft room organization and it is time to do another. So I have to just share with you my craft space right now. Here's my room, usually usually kind of tidy, but right now, not so much. It's been a very busy year, lots of classes, lots of traveling. I've got a kit table here. I've got stuff on the floor. I've got stuff in boxes lining the floor. Stuff on ledges that shouldn't be there. I've got more stuff on the floor. Bags of things I haven't opened. I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to this. This is maybe how your craft room looks all the time, but this drives me kind of crazy. So something's got to be done. So that's my goal, is to share with you a before and after of the current situation. All right, it's going to be a busy day. Okay, step one for me is get everything off the floor. Everything. Okay, that means every single thing that's on the floor that isn't, well, that has to stay there. But pretty much everything off the floor, off the floor, off the floor. Now, what do you do with it? I set up tables out in my living room and I just start bringing it out here. And the thing I don't do is I don't think as I'm doing it. I just bring it out here. I stack it up. I don't try to sort through it. I don't think about whether I'm going to keep it or not. I don't go through any of that right now in my head. I just get it out here and get it off the floor. Okay, so obviously now we have to tackle all this stuff on the tabletops, on all the surfaces. So the first thing that I do is I get myself a little trash can and I just start going around and grabbing up stuff I know I absolutely can throw away right the second. So you know how our desks are like this, right? Just a lot of stuff accumulates. So I just start grabbing it, throwing it away. I don't get too attached to stuff, so I don't have any problem with that. Anyway, that's what I'll do. And then I will go with this little bin or some kind of little bin and I will gather up things that I don't want to take the time right now to put into a proper place. So like all these magnets eventually need a place. I don't really know where they're going to go yet. Pins and things like that. Now, if it's just onesie, twosie kind of things, like these little hardware doodads, I'll go ahead and put those away right now, because they're not in a little baggie or anything, and I don't want to just throw a ton of stuff in here. But this is for stuff that I'm not quite sure has a home yet, where it's going to be, so I'll take a moment and just gather that stuff up and go through it later. Okay, I am making progress. I am seeing tabletops. This is feeling really good. I love going through this stuff and throwing things away. It's so freeing. A couple of things I wanted to share. Obviously, I still need to work on this table. But a couple things I want to share. I think I've mentioned this once in one of my videos before, how I keep, you know, as you're clearing through stuff, you find some items that you just can't part with, but you don't know what to do with. Things that you may have stamped or die cut or tested out a technique or made a tag and then not used it, anything like that. I keep a little bin here and I go through this from time to time because it does get very thick and full, and so right now it's pretty manageable. But this is where I throw things like that. So it's great for making a quick card or scrapbook layout, which I don't really do anymore, but some of you do. You know, pop something on a package if you make a gift bag or something and you have something in it, you want to put something fancy on it. You know, just these random things like this go in this bin. So it's a really good quick grab point. And so what I've found that I love at Walmart are these snack bags that are in a square snack size. There's 100 in this box. It's a couple of bucks. These are a great size because they're not real big like a sandwich size. And I can just tuck them in there if I have like items or small pieces that I want to put together. So again, some things I stamped but never used, and these are all like coffee related. I'll bag these together. Now these might not go in here. These will go in my coffee stamps box. Yes, I have a coffee stamps collection. Love them. Love them all, but that's where they are. So that's where I'll put that little baggie of stuff. So that's just a little tip as I'm cleaning. I had to show you a quick before picture of my, this is my stand-up table. That's what I call it. It's counter height. It's great. Got it at Pier 1 a long time ago. It actually folds open like double the size if I need it. But I do have craft paper taped to the top of this thing just to kind of protect the wood, because this is where I do a lot of, you know, inks and sprays and paints and really messy stuff. And rather than trying to clean that wood surface table all the time with solvents, I just protect it with some craft, and I use some painter's tape, and I even write like a little ruler, which this is needing to be changed so badly you can't even see the ruler anymore. But I do like just a handwritten ruler for very quick measurement purposes, like cutting ribbon and so forth. So I'm going to replace this and show you how nice it looks when it's clean and new. Oh boy, look at that. This is good. I got my new craft paper on there. I got my ruler written there. I got some nicer looking painter's tape that isn't that kind of gaudy bright green. Everything is clean and tidy and neat and back on the table. All right, we're moving on. Okay, it's actually been about 2 months since I did that last portion that you just watched. And so, you know, there's been a little bit of action here. And so, you know, it's not as super clean and neat as it once was, but it's still holding up really well. And I've been really busy and I've been working in here all the time. So it's holding up real nice. I do keep my nonstick craft sheet on here pretty much all the time too. I didn't mention that before. All right, so you may have noticed, you may not have, I had a big plastic utility table, you know, the kind, fairly inexpensive from like Office Depot. I had that here, and I've been wanting for a long time to get a nice wood table. This one is a little bit deeper than the plastic table, which is awesome. So now I have more room to work and stuff can be further back from me. But yeah, I got this at World Market on discount when they had like a table sale. I also moved those two bookshelf kind of things that you saw when you first walked in the craft room. I moved those away. So let's take a peek back there. I moved them back in that corner, and I'll try to move a little slower because I know how that can be. So they used to be right here, and you know, it just didn't look very good when you walked in the room. And I know I said I'd get things off the floor, but the only thing I've allowed myself to keep on the floor is this basket here, which has recent catalogs in it. So Stampin' Up, close to my heart, things like that. The only other box, I have to admit, is that one there. And it's only there because it's got Christmas stuff in it still that I need to put away. And that's all going to go up in one of those bins up there. So I just have to get a little step stool and get up there. But I did move the shelves back here because I decided, yeah, they're not real easy to get to right now, but that's where I put stuff that I don't really need to get to very often, down in the shelving. Now, this stuff on top, obviously, is stuff I'll use all the time. So there's some scrap cardstock in a little basket. And this cute metal tin here where I store my tools. Everything's plugged in, so I just grab and go. My crocodile tools, my paper towels, another craft sheet, wax paper, you know, stuff I use all the time. And then on my tabletop, I have, of course, my tool tote, which I never unpack. I don't really understand why you people unpack your totes and pack them back up when you go somewhere. Just keep it all in the tote. Work out of the tote. That's what I say. So I have this great one from close to my heart a long time ago from a convention. And it's big and round, and everything just always stays in there. I work from there. I never change it. I never move it. You know, it just comes with me. So cute little bins like this from Hobby Lobby. I love it's metal as well, just like that other one. I've got all my little clear stamp blocks in here, and I have a lot of them. And there's two sides, so there's more back there. It's got this cute little handle, so I could really pick it up and move it to dust underneath there. Haha, if I felt inclined to do so. All right, so what happened with all the stuff that was out in the living room? Well, I was going to video it, and then I didn't. But let me tell you what I did. as you look around the room. I had a box that said keep, I had a box that said donate, and I had a box that said trash. I did not sell anything. I didn't have time to do that. And I just went through everything carefully and rather quickly and didn't think too long and too hard and let it go if it didn't get used, or kept it if I knew I needed it. So it came back in here. It's all back in here, believe it or not, and there's not all these bins on the floor and boxes everywhere and tables everywhere. It's pretty organized. Now, you know, I could stand to go through this again, and I probably will in the next couple of months. I feel like with a craft room you have to kind of always be on it, so that doesn't bother me. I like to organize. So I'll kind of weed through things as I go. So you might look at this table and say, well, gosh, Annette, that's still full of stuff. But you know what? We're still going to have stuff. I'm still teaching classes and I have events coming up. So I just keep things in bins, project bins. I got these from the dollar store a long time ago. And that way it's not just big piles. It has somewhat of an order. So that works for me. So there you go. I have my little rolly cart here. This is now my new Cricut Station, which I love. I love that it's on wheels. I got it at Sam's Club, about 50 bucks. So my Cricut is down low, which I can reach easily and access while I'm sitting in my chair. I reserve the top for, you know, current projects. My fan, of course. And the bottom is Cricut mats and my little recycle bin for papers that I want to recycle. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty organized going into the new year, and I do hope that some of those tips helped you. I know the biggest hurdle sometimes is just getting started and getting through it. You know, you walk in your craft room sometimes and you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin, and then you walk out. But I promise you, if you try to follow those steps that I did in the beginning, you're gonna succeed. You just got to do it. You just got to start. Just got to start. All right, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming this year. Thanks.